Before we jump into today's Memorial Day marathon, I want to take a moment to recognize what this day truly means, honoring and remembering the brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice. Their service and that sacrifice will never be forgotten. Today, as we slow down, gather with family and friends, and ultimately welcome the beginning of summer, let's carry a little bit of that gratitude with us. Wanted to say that little something, and now I'm going to go ahead and share with you 2 videos that I put out around this time last year. Lots of motivation coming for the new year, but I thought this would be fun to put a little something out from last year as well. Thanks so much for being here, guys, and enjoy. Rusty crusty in the back of the shed, sitting there dirty, worthy of a paint job. Gonna have that dry while I get some rocks into these big pots that I have here in front of our garages. And here is my haul. I have hit the flower store hard, but I'll tell you what, I'm really trying to make the buck go far. I am first starting out with these beautiful hydrangeas. I absolutely love hydrangeas. I personally think they are the flower for the summer. This is my absolute favorite ivy. That goes a long way, along with some petunias. And my husband's truck here got a little waterlogged. So these babies weren't looking so hot, but they come right back. I just picked off the dead heads, and I'll be doing that while I'm planting here. Like I mentioned, I filled the bottoms of these huge planters with rocks. I just find this the best way to not have to utilize so much fresh dirt, and it just gives everything a little bit of height, and it helps with drainage. So it's like a double whammy win all around. And we have lots of these garden rocks throughout our property. So I am able to steal them from places and utilize them in these pots. I am using my 3 hydrangeas for all 3 pots we have sitting here in front of the garage. And I always like to have something sort of spilling over, and that's where these petunias come into play. And I'm also going to be adding in that ivy. I absolutely love ivy. I think it's beautiful in flower boxes, in window boxes, in pots. I love it for a spilling over effect, and you don't need a ton of it because it gets real big real quick. I love to DIY. These pots are an example of that. Last year, I did so many upcycles on things that we had sitting around in and basically just flat out in the dirt in the garage, in the backyard. And I did a lot of spray painting, a lot of painting, gave everything a little bit of love, and these pots are no exception. I had did this last year, and they stayed beautifully, and I really didn't even need to do much to them this year, other than add in some fresh rock and some fresh soil and some fresh, beautiful flowers. I'm so excited to be finishing up the floral part of the decorating in this video. I love to go all out. If you didn't watch my start of my gardening in the front of our home, I will link that video below, but I go with a red, white, and blue theme. We decorate heavy here for all the patriotic summer holidays, and the flowers are no exception. I do a red, white, and blue theme with my flowers, and I'm showing you here the name of this hydrangea. It's Bride, of course. It's a beautiful white hydrangea. I like to go, red and white flowers are obviously way easier to find than blue, but I'll show you some of the blue flowers that I do incorporate here throughout our home in the front to add that pop of blue. And I'm so excited for all the fun things we have going on in the front yard today. I'm super excited about a Pinterest try that I think is totally not a fail. I'm super excited about it. That bicycle was another DIY upcycle. I had sprayed it last year and it stayed beautifully, and I added some sun patience into that I will be heading to Dollar Tree a little bit later on in this video to find some smaller pots for. But I am showing you that Pinterest try here, and I'm going to pop a picture here what inspired this. Found on Pinterest, of course, and it's definitely such a bigger, on a much grander scheme than I'm going to be doing, but I loved this flag floral landscaping that I've seen in this picture, I was like, oh my goodness, I can totally try to recreate that. And that is what I am doing here on a much smaller scale. So I made myself a little rectangle here within our mulch. I did not want to dig into the ground. I didn't want to mess up the weed block. I didn't want to do anything to bother the soil and too much of the mulch. So I just laid a piece of rectangular cardboard here. It's kind of for my base. And then I'm just adding in a nice hefty layer of garden soil just so that I have enough for my flowers to make sure they root into. And I'll be adding some as we go. These flowers, you'll have to forgive me. I do not know the name of them. They are very common. I see them on at a lot of floral landscaping places. I believe I've seen them at Walmart. They're definitely reading a little more purple than blue on camera, but they are a little more on the blue side. But honestly, any flower you get and you're trying to go for blue usually always reads purple, unless you're getting a beautiful blue hydrangea or something like that. These smaller flowers always kind of err on the side of purple, but that's okay. We are trying to stick with that red, white, and blue theme here. And we are doing this flag, and I'm doing it with begonias. I love begonias. I love a light leaf begonia, and I have them here in red and white. And I'm, as you can see, using those purpley blue flowers as the star portion of the flag. And then I'm going in with the red and white stripes. And as I was doing this, I wasn't really certain how this was going to turn out, as is most of my projects that I attempt. And I was like, yes, I'm seeing the vision here. But of course, I was too red begonia shy. I had more white than red. So I stole a couple from my spilling pot that I did in my last video. And I will link that below for you to see. It came out so cute. And I'll show you in this video as well how that turned out. But I took 2 of the red ones. I wanted to get this finished. And now I'm just layering in more dirt. I wanted to make sure these flowers had enough dirt to root to. And after this, I thought in that picture, it was kind of outlined with wood, which I thought was a beautiful look. But I thought to myself, we have a lot of rock throughout our landscape, as I mentioned, that I would kind of use the rock to just kind of give this a good outline and make it stand out a little bit more. And you'll have to tell me how you think it turned out, but I was super proud of it. I think that for kind of a landscape decorative art thing that I had going on here, I think it turned out pretty darn good. And I'm excited for it to sort of all grow in and look like a true American flag, which I think it does. I'm curious to know if you think it does too. But that was a Pinterest plan gone good. Very excited about that. This is my spilled pot area. As you can see, the pot to the left, I kind of have the begonias cascading out of it with those same bluish purpley flowers. And then this pot, I had taken the 2 begonias out of to use in my flag, and I'm just replacing it with the extra white ones that we had and finishing those up. I had this galvanized bucket here that I knew I wanted to put something into, and I'm just putting in a bunch of debris, honestly, on the bottom just to give me height and not have to add in a ton of dirt. Just because your vessel is huge doesn't mean the whole thing has to be filled with dirt. And I am going to go ahead and plant a Jacob's ladder. Now, this plant is totally new to me. I've never planted Jacob's ladder before, although I have heard of it. I do think it is a popular plant. And plus side, it says it blooms a blue flower. So I said, let's try it out. Let's see how it works. I'm going to put it up here by my front door where I have my red and white impatiens and my blue salvia. And I'm excited to see how it grows. There's not much going on with it right now. This is about a week or 2 out since I did this and I'm doing this voiceover. But I think it looks really pretty in that galvanized bucket. Every time I come out here, whether it be to water or garden or plant, I'm always picking up magnolia leaves off our beautiful tree. I love the tree. I don't love the mess it makes, but that's okay. This is the plant that's going to go into the pot that we painted. I'm just waiting on that to dry. Ellie is enjoying the view. She's loving looking out the door on this beautiful day. In my last video, I got a ton of the red and white impatiens. I absolutely love them. We have our front of our home is morning sun, afternoon shade. So as long as I give the impatiens a really good watering, They are good to go. And I'm showing you here that I thought maybe I can add another row of those flowers. But you know what? It's been about a week or two now since I planted that. And they're actually filling in really nicely. So I don't even think I need to go back and do that. Now that I've gotten the majority of my flowers planted, I'm just giving everything a good watering. I'm getting some of that dirt off the ground with my hose. And the pot is dry, so I am putting in some rock for elevation. And this is just a hanging plant. This is one of my tips to buy hanging plants. Take out the hanger, super easy to do, and then plop that into a pot. And you have a beautiful full look without the price of a full look that you would buy in a pot at a landscaping place. I feel like when you buy hanging plants, they're typically a little bit less expensive than the potted ones. Now that we have our plants in our pots, and I actually had switched the white and the red impatiens just so I can keep kind of with a pattern here, red, white, I am giving everything a good sweep with the broom. This is what we have left over here. I didn't have any smaller type pots. I didn't have anything that would fit nicely into my little bicycle. And I had these extra plants here. These are a beautiful white and red ivy type plant. I had bought some ferns that I actually wind up using in our house instead. But here I am now in the Dollar Tree. So that prompted me to run here and see what they had. Honestly, I had wicker in mind, but I saw these so adorable galvanized pots. I was like, oh my goodness. I definitely think I hit the jackpot. I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Didn't see much in the way of wicker, which was totally fine. And I thought these little mini barrel pots were so stinking cute. I absolutely want to do something with these. I'm not sure of what, so I did leave them there, but they had a ton. So I'm certain when I go back, I will find them again. But I love these galvanized pots, so I picked myself up some of those, as well as these smaller black pots. I thought that these would be perfect for the little bicycle, and that's exactly what I'm going to use them for. They fit perfectly in the two lower spots, and then the front of the bicycle, you'll see I wind up using a galvanized bucket. But I bought some sun patience, which are a little more sun tolerant, to put in these smaller pots here to go in my little bicycle. And the black pot fit. It just kind of was a little bit snug and looked a little oversized. So I went ahead and put it into one of these galvanized buckets. And these things are so stinking cute. They could be used for so many different things. So I stuck that there in our bicycle, and I just think it looks adorable. I also had picked up the galvanized, it says the bee's knees, like how stinking cute. And it's got a white look to it. It's so cute. And then this turtle guy, $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. These little pot hangers, they are so cute. They had a bunch of different little animals, and I thought they would be super sweet to just hang on a couple pots. And just picked up a random shovel because why not? We always need more shovels. At this point in my gardening adventures, all my kids were home. And as you know, if you've been here for a little bit, Angelo is first to always ask me how he can help, wants to do something. So he's going ahead and planting these red and white ivies for me in the galvanized pots that I got from Dollar Tree. And how adorable. They're just so stinking cute. You do want to drill some holes in the bottom of them. They do not come with a hole, but you do that and you have no issues, and you have a beautiful pot to put all your plants in. I'm using some of the leftover salvia here, and he's planting it for me into another black pot that I'm going to use closer to the bicycle. And sadly, Mr. Turtle did not survive. My boys were playing basketball, and the ball hit the turtle, and he got a broken shell. But the frog is still here, standing strong, so we were just hanging him here on this pot. And how adorable. Just how cute to add a little bit of fun and whimsicalness, and love doing this stuff for the kids here in our front area. Porch, not really much of a porch, but in our front steps here. And looks really stinking cute. And these are all my sprayed pots. None of the bigger pots. I have not bought one new pot this year other than this little Dollar Tree haul that I showed you. I have sprayed all my pots. I have reused all my pots. The one here, this brown one with the white impatiens, actually came from the thrift store. I thought that was such an awesome find. It was like $2 or $3, and I love the look here. I just like a really collected, garden-y look. I do the same exact thing for the fall with all my mums. I just like a lot of flowers all together, just playing off one another. I always use ferns in my upcycled urns here that I have. And I made this baseball sign, a few years ago now. And we're a big baseball family. And it's just a reminder that when things go a little bit awry, when your lawn is not looking kept and your and your flowers might be looking a little shabby, it's only because we are living the dream here with the kiddos at the baseball field and every other place we need to be. But if you didn't catch my last Plant with Me, Garden with Me video, I'm definitely going to link that below. Check it out. I love making our house a home. I love decorating for the seasons, whether that be with florals. We have so much more going on in the front here coming up on my channel. I think this may be the bulk of the flowers for the front for sure. We have a ton to do in the backyard. Haven't even headed there yet. But I decorate heavy for the patriotic holidays. So my magnolia flag here may stay, but we're definitely going to be switching out things for our patriotic decor. I just bought a ton of bunting from Hobby Lobby that I'm actually going to share with you in a video very soon to put under our windows. And here's some more of that upcycled painted furniture and pots that I had done last year, and it stayed beautifully. Honestly, I really don't even think I'm going to touch it up this year. I just kind of gave it a nice wipe down. Here is our Pinterest-inspired landscaping flag. I am so happy with how it came out. This was easy. It really was. You don't have to be a landscaper or professional, anything to be able to do this. I am not. I am far from it. And so far, so good. We've had a ton of rain and nothing has kind of spread. The dirt is staying intact, and I just love how it looks, and I'm super proud of how it turned out. Same with the spilt pot. I was nervous that the dirt was going to kind of flow down when we get heavy rains, but I packed it enough in and I put enough of a cushion here with the rock that it's been staying so nicely. I actually really want to do a bigger, more plentiful spilt pot. May do that if I find the time in another area of our front yard. But for now, I think that this looks super cute and definitely gives everything a unique and just kind of personalized look that you don't always see. I hope that you've gotten some inspiration in this video, whether it be to plant your own flowers in your own home or just to realize that you don't have to go out and spend a ton of money. Yes, flowers are expensive. They can be very expensive. But if you kind of reuse the things that you already have every year. Obviously, you're not going to be reusing annuals, but you can reuse pots, you can reuse so many things, and then you spend the money on the things that, of course, you have to. And that was the case here. I love these beautiful hydrangeas. They are one of my favorite flowers. Of course, they cannot stay tolerant of a ton of sun, so just be mindful of that. We used to have some back in our pool yard, and they just didn't survive. It's just they do not like a ton of heat. So these guys will hopefully live nicely here in the front when they just kind of get that morning sun. But I love this ivy. It can be incorporated into everything. I even incorporate it into some of my herb gardens. It's beautiful, and it trails, and it just really fills any area that you want to fill but don't necessarily want to spend a ton of money on a ton of flowers. I want to thank you so much for hanging with me today. If you lasted this long, put a little flower emoji in the comments, and I'd love to meet you. Leave your name. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if you love to garden as much as I do, and I'm definitely going to see you in the next one. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. That was perfect timing. My name is Maria, this is Gathered Home, and I'm so thrilled that you've joined me today. In this video today, we are going to go ahead and decorate the front of our home for the summer season. As you can already start to see, we do lots of patriotic decor over here for the summer, and I absolutely love using tons of red, white, and blues. Most of what I'll be decorating the front of our home with today are pieces that I've had for years, some toys that I've stolen from my kiddos. As you can see, this little radio flyer wagon was actually gifted to us when my son was born, my first son, and he's 14 now, so that's been around a really long time. This is a Father's Day rock that my littlest Guy Angelo had made, and I keep it with these summer decorations and use it out here in our front yard as well. I'm just putting out some of these goodies that I've had forever. I've had those patriotic planters for a very long time. They had come from Walmart. And I then go ahead and switch out a few things. So I'll take kind of my more springy season flags and I'll replace them with some patriotic flags. And this one is one that I've had for a couple of years now. It's that burlap material that I love. I decorate the front of our yard and the back of our yard a lot with Dollar Tree finds. And like I've said, things that I've had for years. I really wear things down until they need to get thrown away. And these flags are faded, they're a little tattered, but they're still great and going strong. And I absolutely use what I have every season. I try not to buy too many new things for outside as they're just going to get destroyed anyway in the weather. But I love using flags from Dollar Tree and Walmart and Hobby Lobby as well, because you can get so many in a little bundle. And as you can see here, I wanted to fill in the sides with some more flags there. These I've had, I shared my newer ones there to the right from Hobby Lobby with you in a recent haul. The one I'm holding up now is the ones from Walmart. I've had them for a few years now. That's why they look a little more faded. But the ones from Hobby Lobby are definitely taller, have a little more of a presence, and they're brand new. So they look brand new. And I like using these in my ferns here by our front door. They just add a fun pop of red, white, and blue in this greenery that I have here all summer long. And there's Ellie saying hello. She's got her patriotic popsicle collar on too, so she's all themed and ready to go for summertime. All these flowers I've shared with you in a recent video too, 2 recent videos of planting with me in our front yard here, and I'll link those below for you as well. These adorable picks came from Hobby Lobby, and I shared those also in a recent haul. They're just inexpensive and a fun way to add a pop of the Americana vibe here in my flower pots. And they are so cute, and it doesn't matter if they get destroyed because they were very inexpensive. And even these, I'll show you in a little bit, I do use year to year until until they need to go in the trash can. But for now, they just look super cute in the planters here, and I think they really add a pop of fun without having to do too much. So if that's something you like to do consider getting some of these fun picks. They sell them everywhere, just to add a little pop of summertime to your front yard. Older picks here that had come from Walmart, I'm going to go ahead and put them into my impatiens that I have here kind of in the landscaping in pots. Like I said, they are definitely faded, but they're still great to use. I like kind of using them in areas that are a little more set back. You cannot tell from the street that they are weathered, and they work just perfectly. And I love the pop of fun that they put here into these planters. And I actually am going to be coming across a few more a little later in the video that we're going to also incorporate into these other pots here. I had a bin of stuff in my attic. So I had gone up there and got my patriotic bin down, and I have some fun blow-ups that we get from Walmart. They're super inexpensive, and we love decorating with them for all the holidays, as well as these bows, I believe came from there as well, and just some little odds and ends here that I use every year. A lot of things, like I mentioned, were from Dollar Tree. And it's just a really great way to decorate the front of your home for any holiday. I have lanterns out here that we keep in the front. So I'm sticking this flag here in our little fern plants. And then I'm going to go ahead and put these stars right over the lanterns just to give them a little bit of decoration for the holiday. On a recent Dollar Tree trip, I picked up a couple more flags. I picked up these bottle cap decorations here. They're just so sweet for $1.25. Cannot beat it. And some of these galvanized signs here, as well as some stickies that my kids love to put on the windows on either side of our doors. So I took those new flags and finished around our rock bed there. And I've shown this in the previous two Plant With Me videos in the front. My flag here that I made for the holiday, I think it came out really cute. I've had this welcome sign for ages and ages and ages. It had come from Kohl's. It's seen better days, but we're still hanging on to it. We're still using it. I'm going to take our two blow-ups here, and I like to put these smaller ones on either side of our door here in our mulch bed. You can't keep these kinds of things on the lawn, especially during the summer, because we don't want them to get run over by any lawn mowers, but we're gonna prop them up here. The dog is super cute, and the Uncle Sam is adorable too. So I'm gonna give you a shot more towards the end of the video of how everything looks at night as well. Love these bows. They are beautiful, and they've held up outside probably for the past 1 or 2 years now. I like to hang them on our lights we have out here. We have one closer to our front door and one here between our garage doors, and I always love tying a bow of some sort for the holidays over it, and I think it adds a little pop of fun over here by the garage doors. Our bin is looking real empty. Just gonna put in some of this bunting from last year. It's faded, but I will definitely be using it somewhere in our backyard. I purchased some new bunting from Hobby Lobby that I'll be using in the front of our house in this video, but I'm gonna stick that back in there for now. And I had picked up this flag on the flag holder here at a local garden center when I was getting those flowers. So I wanted to stick this outside, and I knew I had some more picks. Do you ever do that where you're decorating and you're like, I know there is something that I have that I'm missing? Well, I knew I had saved a bunch of these picks, and they've definitely seen better holidays. They're faded and a little tattered, as well as this flag, but I'm still using them. I think everything looks great, especially from the street. So we're gonna go ahead. This came off of some type of decoration last year, and I had saved that piece, figured I can use it somewhere, and I was right. I'm just gonna prop it up against one of our planters here, and just looks cute and well enough, perfect. As well as taking some of these Dollar Tree finds, and I'm just going to put them around as well. I did find more of those. I knew I had some more from last year, so I'm sticking those into those other pots here in our landscaping. faded decorations here are going to live kind of towards the back of our landscaping. That way you can't tell too much that they're more on the faded side. Now I'm going to give you a little look-see of all that we've done in our front yard. Don't mind my hose that one of my kiddos used and did not put back. I added some of that new bunting that I shared with you in a recent Hobby Lobby haul as well. I think it looks beautiful here, and I'm going to link those clips that I have the bunting on. They've worked out so nicely. They're just siding clips and really solve the problem of wanting to hang things on your siding but not necessarily either put sticky stuff or nails in it. So I'll link those below, and I'm going to play a little bit of music while I show you around my front yard. I do hope you enjoyed coming along with me today and bringing a little bit of that summer charm to the front of our home. We absolutely love summer over here and are really looking forward to some more consistent warmer days, summer nights, and fun times to be had. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. Decorating is one of my favorite things to do, and I'm so thrilled to be able to share it with all of you. Make sure you stay towards the end of the video. I'm going to give you a look-see of how the front of our home looks at nighttime. If you're as excited for summer as we are, make sure you hit that thumbs up button below. If you're into decorating, you have come to the right place. Love making our house a home, and I'm very excited to share it with all of you. I look so forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks so much for being here.